Order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Be a memory for your grandchildren. Among Nebraska adults age 65 or older, 47% report current alcohol use. Drinking too much can cause harm to children, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, you will still be around for your grandchildren. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Old School with DP&J.
Very small percentage of players, coaches, administrators thinking like, I'm planting my flag here. Nick Saban's run probably won't happen. It takes a very unique person and personality to be comfortable where you are, be strong enough to push to get what you need, and then also be very strong enough in a player's standpoint to advocate for yourself at the right time.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Focus. Without the right focus, you don't know what you could be missing. And when you're driving, keeping things in focus could be the difference in preventing a tragedy. I'm Trooper Fitzgerald with the Nebraska State Patrol. When behind the wheel, driving deserves your full attention. Help keep Nebraska roads safe. Avoid distractions and keep your focus on driving. This message is presented by the Nebraska State Patrol and the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Alcohol has strained our relationship. Drinking too much can cause harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, we will save our relationship. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, good morning and welcome to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson with Peter Ferguson BHS LLC. And as always, well, welcome back, I should say. Joined back on the ones and twos is Harrison. And so I'm feeling a little bit better, said he's on the tail end of it. So glad to have you back this morning. How you doing this morning?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely doing a lot better than last weekend. You might hear it in my voice a little bit. We'll still get into 100%. But yeah, decided to come back in a hot studio. The AC isn't working quite yet either, but nonetheless, yesterday was an awesome day. We'll talk about it. Omaha Supernovas, they're the 2024 Pro Volleyball Federation champions, and it was just an awesome day altogether to see the crowd out there. Yeah. It was awesome.
Well, there was a lot going on, but yeah, I had the chance to go to the game, and thanks to the ticket, saw a lot of ticket fans out there, and so there were some ticket giveaways and things like that. I know the ticket was down in the Capital District, I want to say Friday. Friday for most of the day. And so great atmosphere. Just truly congratulations to the Supernovas. A great, I would say great contest, but just a great opportunity to celebrate, those female athletes, but also just the city as a whole. I mean, with the state having so much going on, you had graduation at the university, you had some of the high school graduations going on, the state tournament, and just to see that turnout, and a wide array of turnout, like young girls, the elderly, or I should say seasoned individuals, to just teams that just kind of may have that been their first experience and got to experience a championship. So congratulations to the Supernovas. But
and
also,
the Grand Rapids Rise as well. Everybody in it this year. I mean, it's the first year out there. It takes a lot of trust belief. You just got to believe that it's going to work out and that the fans are going to show up. And Kathy George, the head coach for the Rise, talked about that too. Just really impressed. Even though they lost, just really impressed by the fan base they had over in Grand Rapids, down in Omaha. So for, first year, it was great to see the fans show out like that. And I just think going forward, I mean, obviously with Jaden, she played volleyball. I think just for a lot of people out there, that's going to be role models. You can be like, there's a path to be a pro at this.
Well, and then so many other, aspects of it too, not just the on-court stuff, but it provides the opportunities behind the scenes, whether it's the marketing portion of it, the management portion. You can say that there's pro opportunities right here, in Nebraska, whereas so many individuals may aspire to do that, have to go elsewhere to get those internships, to get those opportunities, to see what that looks like. And so I think there's so many other things that is brought to the state, as well as just the on-court, the on-court presence.
Yeah, it is cool because, that's a good point, because Rico was talking about this. Omaha hosts a lot of champions.
Yeah.
We got a lot of stuff. We don't ever actually have a pro team there. We got the College World Series. I think we even do the U.S. Olympic swim trials down there as well, soccer. And then you got a bunch of college teams as well. But to have a pro team there just based in Omaha, it's just going to be exciting to see where this thing goes. And again, congratulations to everybody. But we got about 5 or so minutes here left on this first segment. Pete Ferguson, we got a couple guests in studio. What we got lined up for today?
You know what? Just kind of, celebration or continuous celebration of the many things that have been going on. It's kind of the conclusion, or I don't want to say the conclusion, but it's that next step in people's academic and sports, sports, careers, whatever that might look like. We celebrated a lot of the state tournaments. I think it's just actually the finalizing of the closing of many of those. State track happened this weekend. Thankfully that got off. It seemed like there was that front window where there was some weather, I believe, on Wednesday with the extended format that they have. So with Class A and Class B and some of the classes going. So I know the tail end of that hit about 3-4 o'clock or so. So I know that extended that. But great weather overall, some phenomenal state champions, some surprises. I think West Side on the girls' side won. Omaha West Side won the girls' side. And so good to, just celebrate that. You had state baseball. Locally,
I'm forgetting how busy of a week it was.
I mean, you look at it, great time to be sick. So, but Northwest, Lincoln Northwest High School, just have to give a shout out to them and their baseball program. A team that was below 500 beat one of the top seeds, and Waverly actually ended up beating them twice. So beat them in districts, and then also beat them in the state playoffs. And then gave Norris everything they could handle. The eventual state champion. Congratulations to Norris, an area school listening in the listening area, but really just a testament to the school in their second year. And here they are on the biggest stage and had a chance. And I know disappointed in some ways, but the future does look bright. But for those scholars that have established a foundation, those seniors that are going on, which are only a handful, is really, truly something. I think people say, well, they didn't expect to do that. Well, no, nobody expects to come into a season and go 0-20 or whatever else. They have the same aspirations and dreams as everybody when everybody's 0-0. And so really shout out to the Northwest High School baseball team. East female tennis team won state champions. So they have had a great year. The baseball team fell a little bit short of the second straight, state championship, but to a phenomenal Millard West team. So just a lot of things going on. You got state golf. And so that's, it's a full time a year. And then on top of that, you started having the commencement. So
yeah, parents got to be calendars got to be stressful right now. I mean, what is that? I mean, what did this time of year look for you? Because did your daughter play softball as well? Or
no,
Oh, okay.
we didn't do the softball route. We did the volleyball, basketball, and then she did and track. And so
so still full time.
So I remember her high school graduation. We actually did her graduation party a week before state track. And so we did it early. We did it with another family. And I would say it was the best decision ever. One, we could concentrate that weekend on the graduation components and just letting her have the opportunity to go to see her friends and do some other things. Two, she was able to concentrate on, the academics, but also the state track component. And then we just had some other things. And so that graduation weekend is so, just so much going on. So I remember it fondly in a lot of ways. Actually, a picture just came up on my timeline, and it was just cool to see just who these young people are, where they're going, the hugs, the high fives. It was just a unique time and something you won't ever get back. And with that being said, just kind of a side note, I got to do the commencement speech at Boys Town.
Okay,
yesterday. Cool. And truly, I want to thank Dr. Tammy Soper and her crew, and it was truly something that was a special and unique for those scholars, for those families. Their auditorium in the music hall was packed, and just to hear their student speakers. I don't know if people have the chance to, but the stories that they shared. One of the young men was from California, and he had been there 3 years. He had come, wanted to go home, left, and then came back and talked about just the impact Boys Town has had, but also just shouted out to his mom and just said, I'm really appreciative of you and your faith to stay with me, because he said I may not be here if it wasn't for Boys Town.
Oh, it's powerful.
And that, regardless of what I said, I mean, it just brought tears to your eyes. And then the other young man who spoke was just tremendous, Robeson, and you just their stories, just the stories, and you'll hear that through graduations and through the commencement speeches. But I want to thank Boys Town for the opportunity, Troy Wharton, and them for bringing me up and allowing me to have that opportunity to share space yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, shout out to those people who gave those speeches. Anytime people are willing to open up, talk about the friction. I mean, it's friction. I feel like we get talked about it all the time, but that friction allows you to kind of grow and evolve, and him kind of talking about that, sharing that. Very cool. But we got some scholars in here as well. We're going to do some more of what those guys do. We're going to share some stories here and keep it going. If you guys ever want to join in, 402-464-5685 is the Sartor Heyman text line. Pete Ferguson, who do we got in studio today?
Yeah, to kind of continue on the theme of graduation, we have two one to-be high school graduate. They were just kind of sharing with each other a little bit about their respective timelines. But we have two scholars that are members of the class of 2024, and we have Sarah and Rebecca. And I want to first off just thank you all for coming in today. How are you doing this morning?
Good. Thank you for having us. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good too.
Awesome. And the weather didn't catch you and everything. And so we're going to have Rebecca share a little bit about her story, because she's not from the area. She's from, Rebecca, we'll just go ahead and start with you. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody?
Hello, my name's Rebecca Dang. I am obviously a senior who graduated literally a week from today.
Okay.
I graduated. So that was very exciting. I'm from the Omaha area, but I go to school in Papillion. Shout out Papio South. And today, it was a good trek. I'm excited that I got to come down to Lincoln, because now I know how to get to school and how to get back home in the fall. So the rain was a little scary, and the semis were a lot bigger than I thought they were, but it was still very exciting to come down here.
Okay, you kept those hands on the wheel, both hands on the wheel.
10 and 2.
Okay, there you go. The driver's ed over at the Papio South is doing well. I got to give a shout out to that driver's ed teacher there.
Yeah, shout out Mr. Gerles, Mr. Smallwood.
Lessons learned. And Sarah, how about you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, my name is Sarah Ballou. I am a senior at Lincoln High School. I participate in a lot of extracurriculars like speech and debate. I'm also a part of the LPS Equity Cadre here in Lincoln that is run by Pete Ferguson, sitting over there.
And you also got to give out a shout out to the other school now, not just Lincoln High.
Oh yeah. I go to focus program, Bay High. I always forget about Bay High. It's kind of bad. My fault. But I go to Bay High. I'm a senior there. I've been going there for both 2 years that's been open. So I'll be the first graduating class that has been there for the first 2 years that it's been open.
Awesome. So Sarah, tell us a little bit of who's in your family, who makes up your group.
Okay. Well, I would say about 3 segments when it comes to my family. Like obviously my family, like my blood related family, and that's like my siblings and my parents and my cousins and such. Those are the people that they make me angry all the time. I don't think I've ever met a group to like actually know how to target me so much. Like they push my buttons, but I love my family. And then I would say my mentors and
now give us some names. Give us some names of the individuals. And I mean,
so my mentor I have currently right now is Sarah Horner. She works at Emeritus.
Okay.
I'm saying that's correct.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Emeritus. She's been helping me so far. I got her through the Bay. Shout out to the Bay for getting me that mentor. She is such a great person.
Okay.
And I think that she's opened my eyes up to so many things. And I just am so happy to have her as a mentor. Teachers, I gotta shout out Mr. Roberts Day. Even though I'm not in his class this year, he was probably one of the best teachers I've had throughout my entire school years. He's so understanding and he tries to always make a way to make sure that you are heard and like make sure that he knows what's going on in your life. And not a lot of teachers have to do that, but he really does own it, and he tries to get into your life and make sure that he's available for you at all times.
Awesome.
And then friends, excuse me. And then friends, my current friend group, like my main friend group, I guess I'll shout them out. So Tatiana, Abby, McKenna, Charlotte, and then a couple of others,
Okay.
What
about your family? What about your family?
My family?
Your immediate family.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I think my biggest supporter or somebody that I have to look up to has to be my older sister, Mary. She's just like so accomplished in her life and she's only 25. And I don't know. I just feel like I also want to be as accomplished as she is when I'm her age.
Good stuff.
So it's like, wow, you're doing this, that, and the third. And like, you're also helping me out and you're helping mother out and you're helping the younger siblings out and you're still managing your own life. Amen to that. Like, I like to say that I'll be the first millionaire. In reality, it's probably going to be Mary, but like, I'll beat her out.
That's all right. The race for that financial freedom right there. I like that. Rebecca, who makes up your family? Who makes up your shout out to mom, dad, whoever, grandma, grandpa, siblings?
So I have my mom and then my older sister and then my 2 older brothers, me and my 2 younger brothers. So I'm kind of sandwiched in the middle, very middle child tendencies, but it's okay. Like I really appreciate them. I look up to my older sister a lot. She's just very hardworking. She's overcome a lot. Like, she wasn't born in America and then she came here and now she's like supporting our family and she's always willing to help us out with our dreams and our goals, like especially playing like AAU basketball, my brothers, and like me playing club volleyball. It's a lot on her plate, but she's always ready and willing to like step into that limelight and like help us out.
Give us their names real quick before we go to break, because I know some of them are listening.
Oh, my older sister Angelina. Yeah, I just appreciate her a lot. My mom's name is Elizabeth. My 2 older brothers are Luke and Jacob. My 2 younger brothers are Isaiah and Tilo.
Awesome. Fantastic. Yeah. Well, hey, we're going to come back. We want to hear a little bit more about each of your respective journeys, not only academically, but personally. And so we'll do that right after this break on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score.
By now, most of you know how important the Honda of Lincoln sales and service team are to the Lincoln market. Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear from Honda of Lincoln to tell you about the great news they just received. Andy, please tell us all about it.
Each year, the Lincoln Journal-Star has an award program called the Lincoln Choice Award, where the customers in Lincoln get to choose the best places to do business. Great pleasure, I get to announce that Honda of Lincoln has won the award for buying new cars, used cars, automotive repair, and even oil changes.
That is amazing, Andy. Any more good news?
Yes, there is, Charlie. We now have more than 100 new Hondas in stock with hundreds on the way and a huge selection of all makes and models on our pre-owned lot.
Incredible. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
High schoolers, unleash your creativity and learn about potential careers in broadcasting at the Digital Expressions Media Camp. Have fun, make friends, and get hands-on experience with video and radio production June 9th through the 14th at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Scholarships are available from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association, and spots are limited. Learn more at digitalexpressionscamp.com. That's digitalexpressionscamp.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats. The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for that if you're hosting? Fierce Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and to close out a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you throw a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fierce Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Play ball! Ready to unleash the fun with Salt Dogs Baseball? Join us at Haymarket Park for 50 action-packed games running through August. Stay ahead of the game by visiting saltdogs.com for updates on exciting promotions, giveaways, and events happening each week. Experience a change-up from your typical family night, or make it a Grand Slam good time with friends and coworkers. Strike three, you're out! Don't miss the fun happening all summer long. Visit saltdogs.com to get your tickets and unleash the fun.
The Nebraska Neurosurgery Group, led by Dr. Daniel Tomes and Dr. Benjamin Bixeman, is committed to providing the best care for all of your neurosurgery needs, like minimally invasive spine procedures, peripheral nerve release, brain surgery, including tumor removal and brain injury management, and more. The Nebraska Neurosurgery Group has outreach clinics throughout Nebraska and northern Kansas. Schedule your appointment with the region's top neurosurgeons at 402-904-4729. At the Nebraska Neurosurgery Group in Lincoln on South 27th Street. Or check out the website, nebraskaneurosurgery.net, for a full list of services and outreach clinics.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Harvey Perlman was there.
Hey, Harvey's there.
Harvey sidled up to me and said, Sipple, a little out of context. So I was driving back. I called Pelini and I told him what Harvey said. He goes, Sipple, you should have told him anytime he's not near a sewer, he's out of context.
Whoa! Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson, and joined as always on, or welcome back, we should say welcome back Cotter, but welcome back Harrison on the ones and twos, Harrison. And so always appreciative to have him in here on a Sunday morning full of programming. Harrison, how can people get in touch with us if they want to either say no or ask something or just give some love?
Yeah, absolutely. As always, Starter Heyman text line open to you guys, 402-464-5685. We're having some streaming problems with Facebook, but YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Aldo, channel 961, those are still up and available for you as well.
Awesome. Well, hey, we're joined in studio. We're kind of keeping a theme this month of the class of 2024. And I say that class of 2024 because, we have scholars that are graduating high school. Yesterday, UNL celebrated their commencement. I know Hastings College and a number of the other, small college, a number of the other colleges celebrated as well. But, we have individuals that are transitioning, whether 5th to 6th or, from that 8th to 9th. And so I consider all of them classes of 2024 as they make that move. But we're joined in studio by Sarah, she attends Lincoln High School and the Bay High. And so I'll proudly share a little bit about her. And then also Rebecca, who is from Papillion La Vista South. And so she is a Titan and made the trip down I-80 to be in studio today, and really thankful. And I want to start with you, Rebecca. You started to share a little bit about your family and saying not being from here. And so tell us a little bit about that, your family, and then just have you always gone to school in the Papillion or Omaha area? What kind of led you to Papio South?
Well, my mom came in, I want to say 1993.
Okay.
And she came with my little sister, or my older sister, who was 3 years old, I believe, when she came. And my mom came to Omaha, then she went to Minnesota, then she came back to Omaha. So when we came back to Omaha, we lived like somewhere in the Bellevue area and like close to the Air Force Base. And we went to like an amazing elementary school. And that's kind of how we fell in love with the district of Papillion La Vista Community Schools. Just like going to that elementary school, we had so many people who were such a blessing, and so many people who like understood our situation, even though they weren't in our shoes, and like supported us so much. And like we got so many mentors through that and so many opportunities for our family. And then we moved out to Omaha, I would say, when I was in kindergarten. So most of my older siblings were in middle school or in high school. And when we moved to Omaha, we still decided we wanted to stay with Papillion because it was just such a great school district. We had so many opportunities and so many people who believed in us, just like that first time meeting us. So that's kind of how I fell in love with the district. And I absolutely loved going to Papillion La Vista South. It's such a great high school. If any of your kids or any of your family members are in the area and we're in open district now. So we take transfers. So if any of your kids are thinking about it, absolutely go for it. It's always a great day to be a Titan.
Well, look at you. That like HR is probably going to get you on the payroll right off the bat, right there.
I was a morale boosting staff member.
Wow.
I was waiting for my badge all year and it just never came.
We're going to have to talk to some people in administration up there to go ahead and make that delivered. So now where are your parents? Where is your mom from? Where are you from?
My family is from South Sudan.
Okay.
And so my mom got to live in that area and grew up there with her family. And then she got married. And when she got married, she moved here.
Okay. So in just talking with her, and I'm just kind of curious, what has she said some of the differences were between, South Sudan and then, and then being here in America, and then especially like Nebraska?
Well, I was also questioning why she moved straight to Nebraska, but just like in South Sudan when she was younger, like she just didn't have as much family support as, families here would have. And like she knew coming here would give us so much more opportunity and so much more like freedom than she had when she was younger. So she was very determined to kind of give us a better life. And she always talks about that. And she's very rooted in her faith. And that's where I think all of my family gets our faith from too. And like just knowing that there's always hope in your future and to just keep going. So she was very driven by that and trying to just get us a lot more opportunities, a lot more blessings. It's such a much brighter future.
Awesome. No, really appreciate you sharing that with not only just here in the studio, but also with our audience. Sarah, what about you? Has Lincoln always been home? And if so, where did you go to elementary, middle, high school? And if not, kind of give us your journey.
For me, Lincoln has always been home. My mom kind of has like the same story as Rebecca here. My mom came from South Sudan. I could not even tell you the year. I was right before my sister was born, so around 1997 or 98. And then she landed in Texas. And then they went to I don't even know. I think it was Nebraska right after they went to Texas. I've heard a couple of stories of like New York or Minnesota or wanting to go to Arizona, but like for sure, I know that they went from Texas to Nebraska and they were in Norfolk for a little bit, and then they came back to Lincoln. That's where I was born, and my two younger siblings were born. We went to Lakeview Elementary School until my fourth grade year. Midway through my fourth grade year, my parents bought a house. So we moved and we went to the elementary school next to my house, West Lincoln Elementary School. I think that was like a huge jump for me personally because, well, Lakeview was a well-off school. Like it was 2 floors, kids had lockers by the time you were in second grade, and there was a lot of support. And then you would switch to West Lincoln, and West Lincoln didn't have that standard. Like they didn't even have doors by the time I was there. So it was just a huge cultural shock. But I think that both of the elementary schools, they had a really good connection with my parents. As Rebecca said before, like, I don't know, these elementary school teachers, they really do connect to like parents like that. I was like, wow, they knew my dad by name. They were like, if I ever got in trouble, like, Sarah, I'm going to call your father.
Okay.
I was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. You guys can calm down a little. Yeah. I went to Park Middle School. It was a pretty good school. There's not much to say about it because I can't really remember my middle school years.
Okay.
I have really bad memory. But it was a pretty good school, and I love how it was very diverse. I think that's one thing my mom did want for us. She always wanted us to go to a school that was diverse because she didn't want us to like not have anybody around that looked like us or act like us or had like the same culture as us. So we would always go to schools that had a high diversity rate, and that's why I'm at Lincoln High now. Love Lincoln High. I don't know if I'm a rep it as much as Rebecca here. Like, yeah,
You're not gonna get the badge quite yet.
no,
Okay.
it's like,
We'll bring AD in. He'll work on you a little bit.
I
So
got you. Like Lincoln High, you're great. Love you. Yeah, that's
Okay.
all you're getting.
All
But
right. What about, and talk a little bit about the Bay, that experience too. That's also, and kind of how that works, because people are listening. It's like, okay, wait a minute, she's at 2 different high schools. What is that situation, or how does that structure work for you?
So I first learned about the Bay my sophomore year. It was at the end of the sophomore year. And the way that I learned about it is because there's 2 loud adults at the end of our hallway during lunch, blasting music and having kids pull up to play. I don't even know. They had like a Nintendo Switch out, and they had the TV out, and they had the Bay High banner over there. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But you guys are really loud. Turn it down a little. And I think that's what like really brought my attention to Bay. And I grabbed a sheet and I looked at it. And at that time, I was like a huge film fanatic, and I saw that they did film studies there, and they also did music stuff. And I also at that time was a huge music maniac as well. I'm not so much.
What genre? What genre? Harrison and I.
Okay. Well, I listened to pretty much everything except for country. I'm getting
You're missing
into it.
out. You're missing out. Let me put you on. I'll
Zach
sing
Bryan
right now.
We might have to go ahead and leave the studio here.
We're just
about to
letting
be
him
a
play
debate
tunes.
going on right here.
That
so.
was me for so long. I was like, oh, I'm not listening to country music. Like, I know I live in Nebraska, but I don't have to act like it.
Right.
And then as soon as I turned on a little bit more Gawana, a little bit of Luke Combs, I was like, yeah, this is me.
Oh, okay.
This is me.
See, we might have that debate here. We might have to go ahead and change the promo and the intro. What's one of the bays? So the specialty there, you were looking at film and doing some components there. How does that differ there with what they do than what maybe you can do at like a Lincoln High or an East or a Papio South, so to speak?
So the whole school's like main point is to focus on those core ideas that they have. So Bay's core ideas is coding, music, cinematography, and business. I think there's a certain word for it.
Right.
Ethan would be so disappointed with me for not doing that right now, but that's okay. But yeah, we focus on those core values, and we do other things, but mostly all the stuff that you're learning at that school is to help you with what you want to do with your future. While if you're at Lincoln High, you have your 4 main core classes: English, math, science, and social studies. And then you can have extracurriculars, but you still have other things to focus on. And your school is huge. The Bay has maximum 30, 40 seniors right now. So we're all being together and we're all having this community vibe, and the teachers are able to connect to you on a personal level, like a really personal level. They'll be able to talk to you, and you really do learn the things that you want to learn there. So if I want to sit there and learn coding, We have materials at Bay for you to learn coding. You have materials there to make your own podcast, for example. You also have materials there to start your photography business or start showing or making films. There's stuff for you to do there. It's literally just based off of the needs that you want from there. This compared to Lincoln High and such.
Awesome. So, both of you have gone through, 12, we say 13 years, preschool or whatever else of school, going to be members of this year's class. I'm kind of interested in the advice that you would have for certain groups. And so I want to start off with just advice that you would have for your peers. And by your peers, I usually say anyone from that birth to, 20, 24 years old. I know you're not there yet, but just what advice would you have for that group kind of based on the, 17, 18 years of life that you've had so far? And Rebecca, I want to start with you.
I would say for my advice, which can basically go for any age group, just like get involved, like with your community and with your peers and with just as many opportunities that are given to you, take advantage of them because you never know where they're going to lead. And especially at my school, like it was very hard to find people who like looked like me and who were as open as me and who were like in tune with their culture because just the area that our school is in, there's just not that many. It doesn't have as a diverse community as like the Lincoln schools do. But like your involvement is what's going to get you to make connections with such important people. And when you make those like connections, those can take you throughout your entire life. Like you have no idea who you're going to meet, and like never be scared to be yourself. And I know that's probably like naive. Like everybody's always hearing that, like be yourself, but it's so simple and it's so easy. So I feel like just walking out the door with your head up high and saying, you know what, I am who I am and I'm here for a reason. I am here for a purpose and I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to boost that.
I love what you said about, one, you being involved, but you said never be scared to be yourself. And so I'm going to ask you a follow-up in regards to that is, what are some of the things that you were involved in or that you are involved in? And then for those that may be struggling and they hear that, never be scared to be yourself, what is something that you do that they can do to kind of make that come to life, to become a reality? Because I know we can say that, but then people are like, well, how do you do that? Like, when is the situation you've done that, if you're willing to share and just saying, okay, here's a strategy, here's a technique that you can do when you're in a situation that you kind of are scared to be yourself. So two-part question. It was long, but one, what are some of the things you're involved in? And then what is something somebody can do so they're not scared to be themselves in a situation that might be kind of scary?
Well, I was involved I was the president of Young Gifted and Black, and then I was a Titan ambassador, which is, Young Gifted and Black is a diversity and inclusion group that I helped start my freshman year. And then Titan ambassadors are like when there's new kids that come to our school, because we live next to an Air Force base, so we get a lot of military families. And these kids move like halfway through the school year, and they're really scared. They're like, I'm in high school, I'm a junior, or I'm a sophomore, I'm a senior, and I have no idea who anyone is. I'm from across the country. So we just walk with them, take them to their classes, just like be a friend for them. And then like, that's literally how I met my best friend. And then I was also involved in choir for 3 out of my 4 years. And I was just so Titan volleyball and just like a lot of things. So, Health Academy and Leadership Academy too. Those had a very big impact on me my senior year.
Awesome. I want to come back to just the strategy on how, how somebody can not be scared to be themselves in those situations. Sarah, what about you? What's a piece of advice that you would give to your peers, so speaking, that you feel would be of value to them moving forward?
I would have to say that speak out when something that is happening and you don't want it to happen. But even if you're speaking out and that person isn't listening, it's not your responsibility to educate them. Like, there's so many times where you're going out in today's society and somebody could say something that's like really screwed up, but you can say something to stop it. And if they don't stop it, you don't have to continue to try to educate them about why they're wrong, because then you're only wasting your breath to a person who's being stubborn. So
Wow. No, both powerful statements. So again, I'm going to go another piece of advice. What's a piece of advice that you would give as you're leaving kind of that K through 12 realm? You have every educator in the room. That's kindergarten through 12, parochial, public, whatever, what's a piece of advice that you would give to educators based on your educational experience? Sarah, I'm gonna start with you.
Okay. Actually, I brought this idea up at our summit that we had 2 weeks last week.
Oh, it was about a month ago, but that's all right.
Wow.
I know,
Okay,
time
yeah.
flies. Time flies.
Wow.
April 10th, I believe.
I was talking about how some teachers have install hierarchies in students, and it's like you may not understand that you're doing that, but because you're installing that hierarchy from a very young age, that's why we have such a huge problem against students in like our schools today, where AP students or IB students believe that they're higher or smarter than other kids. In reality, we're all on the same level. And that's also why a lot of kids on track levels start to not care about their classes, because their teachers just look at them like they're dumber than the rest of the students who are in AP and IB classes.
And I like how you stated that. I always talk about, not every scholar is going to go to Harvard or, we'll say the Harvard of the Midwest, UNL, but every scholar deserves a Harvard level investment. And so I love how you put that. When we come back, Sarah, Rebecca, I want to ask you the same question, a piece of advice that you would have for educators that they can take with them moving forward. And so we'll be right back after this break on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through May 21st is the revealing of the Mystery Box promotion, a $225 value for only $99. That includes 3 8-ounce fillets, 2 4-ounce fillets, 4 New York strips, and 4 8-ounce sirloins. Also 15% off all spices. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
For the 40th annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. Advocating for physicians in the health of all Nebraskans, Nebraska Medical Association, a proud platinum partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF.
I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson BHS LLC, and is joined on the ones and twos on it looked like a little bit of an overcast Sunday. Harrison, and really always appreciate him being here for a full day of quality program. Following us is Fitness Fanatics. And then I know we've got a full schedule going on today, Harrison.
Yeah, absolutely. We got ticket weekend content all Sunday long. I think the mill's open, give or take, usually about 1 p.m. So if you guys want to stop by, grab a cup of coffee, meet some of the on-air talent, 1040 O Street. You can join in 402-464-5685 for any of these shows. And then Fitness Fanatics is up next. And it's going to be a little different. They got some replacement hosts today. So it should be a good change up for all those who like that show. Today should be a lot of fun as well.
I'd say limited Bears talk probably for you. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to try to find a way to sneak it in there, but it's not promising.
No, if you get a chance, come down and see Luke at the mill. He's a phenomenal individual and always will make you feel right at home. But we're in studio with 2 scholars of the class of 2024. We've got Rebecca and then we've got Sarah, and both of them have been enlightening us a little bit. I know Rebecca kind of has leaned over to Sarah and told her to listen to a little bit of country. And Sarah, I think Sarah's fighting the urge, but I think she's going to go ahead and play a little bit on the way home. So we'll see what happens. But we left with a question about advice for educators. And Sarah, you answered that question and just talked about, that hierarchy and investing in every scholar. Rebecca, I'm interested in your just what advice you would give to educators out there.
I would say that your positive attitude changes everything that you're teaching to a student. Your impact will be lifelong. I still remember my kindergarten teacher's name and my preschool and Head Start teachers. So your impact is truly life-changing. And also not every student is going to learn the same way as the student next to them. So just being able to have an open mind and being able to really just have that passion and that leadership and that servant love to be able to meet a student where they're at.
Wow. I think, all those is valuable. And I think that's things we hear and things educators know, but always good to reinstill and restate so they hear that, especially from those that are coming out, but those are also that are in the mix. With graduation coming up for you, now you got your diploma and walked across your ceremony. Tell us when your ceremony was.
Our ceremony was Sunday the 8th.
Okay. And it
was Sunday the 12th.
Sunday the 12th. Okay. What was that experience? Mother's Day. So what was that experience like for you? And just as you walked across that stage or you were sitting in that audience, what were you feeling? Were you having anxiety? Were you a sense of relief, or was like, okay, I'm out of here, deuces?
I was very excited to finally get my diploma. I was like, oh my gosh, it's what I've been working for 13 years. And like, I finally got it, and it was a little bit anticlimactic because then they say your name and then it's the next person. But like, it was such a great experience and such a core memory that I'll have, being able to just wear that gown and my cap and like switch my tassel the other side with all my friends. So it was absolutely amazing. And I love all our administration, and they were all there to watch, and our superintendent. So it was just amazing to be a part of that experience.
No, fantastic. And congratulations to you again. Sarah, yours is coming up here in a week. And so what are you looking forward to most?
To grab my diploma and leave, honestly. But I don't know. Like, I feel like there's not really anything that I'm excited to see. Like, everybody hypes up graduation, so I just have to experience it myself. But graduation, I've been excited to graduate, leave high school. I've had senioritis since freshman year, but like, yeah, seriously. It's like, I'm just ready to graduate. But yeah, there's nothing exciting that I'm waiting for. I do like going to grad parties. So,
Okay.
yeah,
What's the food? What is the food that will get you to a grad party even if you were not invited?
Mac and cheese and pulled pork.
What?
Yes. Listen, here we go.
We're about to get educated, Harrison, right here now.
Yesterday, I had went to my friend's grad party, and she had said, pulled pork and her mac and cheese. She had told me this like 3 weeks ago that she was having that, and I was gonna be there one way or another. And that mac and cheese was so good. I don't know who made it, but I need to find out who made that, so I can get the recipe, because I've never had such a great mac and cheese ever.
Okay.
And the pulled pork was it was good. It was
all right, but the mac and cheese was what it was off the hook.
Yeah.
I'll stand by you on that, but I don't know about the pulled pork.
Okay.
At my grad party, we had little donut holes and then yogurt parfaits, and we had little like sausage wrapped in a blanket, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, it's so good! I'm taking like 10 home with me." I was like, "Please do, because if you don't, I have to eat it."
Oh, Harris and I are a little disappointed you didn't bring the leftovers here. So I mean, us to have some of that. So as I was continuing to give advice, and I want to get to a couple things before the end of the show, what is some advice that you have for parents or relatives that are in this moment at this time? What is some things that you need, as you're getting ready to depart? Is it just like, hey, embrace the moment, love on us, give us advice, leave us alone? Like what would you suggest? Because a lot of times, like Harris and I talked earlier, like when my daughter did it, like it was kind of awkward trying to find that space. Like you really want to celebrate the moment. You're ready to be done, but I want to bounce, but you're trying to be like, hey man, that's my baby. Like I remember when you were going into kindergarten and I was shedding tears and not wanting to let you go. What's some advice that you would give to parents to make this truly a memorable time for both the scholar, but also the parent?
I feel like just having people support you and having people be like positive towards you, and knowing like, oh, maybe some people are undecided going into college. Maybe some people aren't going into college, and maybe some people are like, oh, I'm for sure going to college. Like just being a parent who's supporting that decision and just staying positive. And your kids will be in and out the house for these next like 2-3 weeks. You'll literally a gust of wind and they're gone, because we're just so busy with grad parties and graduation and all these activities that are happening. So just being supportive and knowing that you're somebody who's rooting them on in their corner will help your kids out a lot.
Love that. Love that. Sarah, what about you? What's a piece of advice you'd give to parents or family that's kind of around during this time?
To take a breather. We're as stressed out as you are right now. So like, let us breathe for a second, and then we can recollect, because graduation is a huge moment for both of us. And we're all trying to make sure that we pass our classes to make sure that we are graduating, So take a breather. We can all take a breather together and then continue our day.
Awesome. So people want to know, what are your future plans? I'm interested, like, what are your future plans, aspirations? And I loved how Magic came in earlier and said, not, what do you plan to do, but what will you do? Sarah, how about you?
I'm going to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln to major in marketing and to maybe minor software development. I've also thought about double majoring in marketing and management.
Wow. Okay. Again, Harrison and I always like shake our heads because nobody's like, okay, and maybe, and then maybe, and then maybe. And it's like all these different, you're adding on these minors, like these maybe minor in this and maybe minor in this. So congratulations. You're definitely going to crush that. Rebecca, what about you?
I will also be going to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln.
Okay.
And I will be majoring in pre-health. And then I will be going to the University of Nebraska Medical Center and majoring in nursing.
Wow. Okay. Phenomenal. And then you also will be assuming the title at the Papillion La Vista School District is what now? What was that title that was going to be on the name tag?
Oh, moral boosting staff member.
Moral boosting
or
staff.
Morale
Staff booster. I like that.
Yeah, I'm just here for the vibe.
So, as we look at different things, I'm interested for you because the commencement's coming up. That's our theme. I want 30 seconds, a 30-second commencement speech to the greater community, not just to your peers, not just to adults and parents, but your 30-second commencement speech to the greater community. Rebecca, I'm going to start with you. I'm putting you on the spot.
Oh, you're good, Rebecca. You got that. I would say thank you so much to literally everybody who has supported me throughout the way. I know that every single person in my life has been placed specifically in my life for that reason and their title that they had. To all people, I know that going throughout the years, those 12, 13 years, always looking forward, saying, oh, I'm just getting through this year to get to the next and to get to the next and get to the next. And even if you don't know what your next step is now, just being able to just have hope and just be positive and knowing that your life will fall into the place that it was meant to fall into. So just staying positive and staying rooted in the people that make you love the life that you're living and just staying rooted in the people that make you the best person that you can be every single day. So just like stay rooted and find the honey in the rock. I always say that. So I would say that's what my commencement speech would be on the spot.
That's a powerful right there. Sarah, what about you? To the class of 2024, the community of 2024. Let's go ahead and put it that way.
You guys have all made a huge commitment to succeed in today's life. Many of you guys have walked the stage or are going further in life, and you have been fulfilling your obligation to make sure that you're happy and you're succeeding. Everybody takes a huge step, and everybody has many problems in their life, and all of you guys have clearly taken that step forward and strive through it. We want everybody to be happy and to succeed in life, especially even through the hard times. And you have many people around you who are here to help you, many family members. And I hope that you find the people who are supposed to sit at your table to make sure that they also succeed in life with you. You want people to strive with you, not hold you down.
Mm-hmm. Love that. So that's something we've always asked the definition of. What to finish that prompt, love is what to you, Rebecca?
Love is joy. I would say that.
Like that. What about you, sir? Love is
hardworking.
Mm-hmm.
Without question. Well, hey, I want to thank both of you for one, Rebecca, you taking the trip down I-80 during the weather, getting familiar with the route to Lincoln. But congratulations on your graduation and all your honors, truly deserved. And Sarah, getting to know you throughout the years, really appreciate who you are, the purpose that you bring to the table, and how you pour into others. And so congratulations to both of you on your pending graduation, but more so to your future success. This is Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score.